Welcome on the Cosmic Atom, the Chosen One. This message did not reach you by coincidence. It's wonderful timing. God has brought you here for a purpose. Your spirit has been screaming out for clarity, confirmation, and activity. You've been walking with faith, keeping on despite the stillness, and moving ahead even when you couldn't see the route. And now, this is your moment of enlightenment. Someone with authority and position has been tasked with overseeing your breakthrough. You do not have to seek favor. God is arranging things from behind the scenes. Continue to watch because this message will unlock comprehension, unleash tranquility, and prepare you for what comes next. Before we delve in, please like, share, and subscribe, because this message is more than simply material. It is a heavenly affirmation intended for the selected ones. If your spirit is experiencing this frequency, type 77 in the comments right now. That number is not random. It's a holy signal, a code to the highest in the cosmos, indicating that you're ready to accept what has already been put in action. A breakthrough supported by heavenly power. Your promotion has been allocated to someone in a position of authority. This is not wishful thinking. It is a spiritual dispatch. You're not hearing this by coincidence. You were guided here because the transition is already underway. Not everyone will reach the finish. Only the genuinely selected and those who remain will achieve insight, awaken divine consciousness, and discover the secret gifts embedded in every word of this message. This is not a one-time listen. This is a live revelation. Each time you return to this message, another layer will be revealed. Your spirit was waiting for a fresh piece of the jigsaw, a confirmation. So stick with it. Choose one, since your breakthrough is not just on the way. It is already being allocated. Let's dig in. Chapter 1. The waiting period was not wasted. The Chosen One. Let us be honest. You've waited longer than others, yet some seem to breeze through open doors. You stood in front of doors that would not open no matter how hard you pounded. You've seen individuals rise despite not having half your passion, vision, or ethics. You questioned yourself. You wondered what was wrong with me. Why isn't this occurring yet? But I tell you that the waiting was not punishment. It was a preparation. You were never refused. You were being created as you watched time pass. God was watching your roots grow deep while others raced ahead. You were being groomed for more than just rapid success. You were being sculpted, honed, and cleansed in a manner that rapid trackers never do. They received the attention early on. You received the anointing silently. And that distinction is everything. God was not disregarding your petitions. He was responding in a deeper manner, not by altering your circumstances right once, but by changing yourself first. He was testing your endurance, because what comes next would need superhuman patience. He was training you to hear his voice in quiet, because you would need spiritual guidance when others express their ideas loudly. He was honing your judgment so that when the chance arises, you do not just say yes. You agree to the proper thing. The wait taught you how to exist on nothing but faith. It sapped you of your pride. It taught you how to motivate oneself in the dark. It shaped you into a warrior who had no idea how powerful he was. And that selected one is something no fast-track blessing could ever provide. But here's the most powerful portion. While you felt ignored, God was working on something behind the scenes. He was shifting components into position. He was invigorating someone's spirit, someone holding a position of authority, someone with keys. You're not even aware they exist. Someone having influence, resources, and reach. They've been assigned to your breakthrough. This individual may not even know your name yet your soul is already beckoning to them. Heaven has whispered your name into their assignment. They're starting to feel the push. They're waking up with the feeling that they're intended to aid someone. And that person is you. Your constancy is triggering their obedience. You do not pursue them. God is sending them to you. However, Comprehend this. They couldn't arrive until you were prepared, because if they had arrived too soon, you may have looked on them as a savior. But now you know better. You're now grounded enough to understand that individuals are conduits, not sources. Your wellspring has always been God. As a result, you're no longer frustrated while waiting. You're waiting with anticipation. You stand with calm assurance, knowing that all you've gone through has been worthwhile. Your tears nurtured your progress. Your prayers provided the foundation. Your stillness prepared your ears to hear divine plan. Finally, it is time. Do not hasten this moment. Embrace it. Reflect on your adventure. Recognize the significance of what is about to change. Because when this person enters your life and uses their platform, voice, and access to lift you, it will be more than simply a breakthrough. Everything will develop as divinely intended. God spoke to you in the dark. Chapter 2. They are observing you from distance. The chosen one. You've been strolling through life as if you're invisible. You have been showing up every day, doing your best, putting your heart into everything you do. However, it seems that no one notices it. You've shed quiet tears after hard nights, muttered prayers behind closed doors, and persevered when it seemed like no one was cheering for you. It seemed like you were in the background while others basked in the limelight. But let me to communicate the truth to your spirit. You are not invisible. You're being watched, not by just anybody. Someone having power, someone having influence, someone in a crucial position has had their eye on you. They may not have enjoyed your post. They may not have commented. They may not have reached out yet, but they have been paying notice. They have seen how you handle yourself. They have observed how you bear pressure without cracking. They've respected how you remain true in a world full of pretenders. They are not watching you for fun. They're watching because something in your soul resonates with theirs. Just like David was in the fields herding sheep, ignored by others but selected by God. You, too, have been dependable in your area. The hidden place. David's brothers were in the house, attempting to seem like kings. But David was outside, doing what he was supposed to do. I am not seeking a crown, simply being obedient. And yet, God sent a prophet to locate him. That's precisely what's happening to you. While others were attempting to impress, you were becoming. As a result, someone in power is starting to sense a heavenly draw toward you. It is more subtle now. A notion, a curiosity, an internal prodding. They can't shake. They may have stumbled across your work. They could have overheard your name in a discussion and couldn't stop thinking about it. That's not a coincidence. That is heavenly orchestration. God is placing you on their radar. Not because you asked for attention, but because you remained devoted when no one was looking. This isn't about being noticed by everyone. It's about being noticed by the right person at the right moment and for the right reasons. The person looking from a distance has the ability to unlock doors that have been closed for years. They have access to the rooms. Your name hasn't been mentioned yet, but that is about to change. They're not just watching out of curiosity. They've been given a spiritual task, even if they don't completely understand it yet. And when they do talk, it will not be casual. It will be the moment you understand why you had to remain concealed for so long. Why did you have to suffer through so much silence? Because if this person had discovered you too early, you could still be mending. You could still have been looking for validation. But now you understand who you are. You are rooted in your individuality. You are not desperate. You are ready. Don't let the stillness deceive you. Just because you haven't been applauded doesn't imply your efforts have gone ignored. Clapping in public does not necessarily equate to moving mountains behind closed doors. God has assigned you the task of moving mountains. So keep turning up, maintaining excellence in private. Keep doing the right thing even when no one is looking, because someone is watching. And when the time is perfect, that faraway observer will move forward. And what seems to be a coincidence will show itself to be the divine plan it has always been. Chapter 3. Divine Assignments. I don't need your qualifications. The chosen one. You may look at yourself and say, I don't have the qualifications. I do not have the network. I do not have the status. You may feel underqualified by the world's standards. But let me remind you that God does not function by worldly criteria. He does not need you to have a pristine resume, a spotless history, or high-level contacts. He requires your availability, obedience, and genuineness. Divine tasks do not move based on man-made qualifications, since they are born in the Spirit, not boardrooms. They are not based on diplomas. They are based on faith. When God picks someone for a mission, He does not want a recommendation letter. He installs a mantle. He anoints you, and the oil He places on your life is what makes you selected. Not your social standing, not your achievements, nor even your name is known. That is why the person placed into your life will not be impressed by superficial details. They will not be seeking for polish. They will be seeking for a purpose. They don't require you to know all the answers. They only need to see your reality. They will be able to detect it, feel it, recognize their spirit, because their assignment is not based on what they observe with their normal vision. It depends on what they are spiritually inclined to. You may not realize it, but your fight, scars, and narrative are precisely what makes you strong. It's unusual to walk in with such genuineness. The world is filled with those who claim to have it all. But you opted to be authentic, even if it cost you relationships, opportunities, and acceptance. And that authenticity is what sets you out from the throng. This individual is being sent your way. They have seen faith. They've been burnt by something shallow. They've grown bored of platforms that serve no function. When they meet you in person, online, or simply via a word, someone else talks. Something will click. Something within them will whisper. That's the one I've been assigned to assist. They will not ask you to audition for your own breakthrough. You will not need to sell yourself, beg for a chance, or strive to prove yourself. The season is over. This is a heavenly link, not a job interview. They are being directed by God. And when they meet you, your spirit will validate what their task has already discovered. So don't attempt to fit yourself into institutions that God never intended for you. Don't apologize for your shortcomings on paper. What you hold inside your spirit exceeds what you lack in qualifications. You've been going through fire not to impress others, but to prepare for your time. And that time is nearing. Not because you pushed for it, but because heavens assigned it. You just need to remain true to yourself. Continue to stay loyal in your lane. Continue going with calm force. Because when this heavenly support occurs, your genuineness, not your accomplishments, will speak loudest. Remember, the people God sends to bless you are not looking for your CV. They are coming for your oil. Keep your candle glowing. Stay ready. Because when purpose and preparedness combine, no credential in the world can prevent the resulting rise. Chapter 4. The assistance will arrive suddenly. The chosen one. Here's something your soul must thoroughly grasp. When it occurs, it will come unexpectedly, without notice, and without enough time to psychologically prepare. It will be just another day. You'll wake up expecting things to be routine. You will go about your duties, sometimes feeling tired or unsettled. And then, bang, favor will strike your life like lightning from heaven. A text, a phone call, and an unexpected message. A wonderful chat that transforms your whole mood. Someone will say your name in a room you didn't know existed. A bond will emerge, bypassing years of work. A door you didn't even knock on will swing open because God doesn't require your help when the time comes. That is how divine aid works. It does not come with flashing lights or a countdown. It appears in the ordinary, wrapped in what seems to be a coincidence, but is really quite exact. Divine strategy, that one who is assigned to your breakthrough. They may emerge out of nowhere, yet they have been moving behind the scenes all along. You just couldn't see it yet. God specializes in suddenness. That is his hallmark move. He enjoys shifting things in the moment. Just like Joseph. One day he was in a jail cell, forgotten and ignored, and the next he was standing before Pharaoh, being elevated to second in command. There is no warning, no buildup, just a heavenly setup that manifests in an instant. His life transformed on a single day. A single chat propelled him to the palace. That is what God can accomplish with what he saw. That is exactly what he is planning right now. You've been going through a season that seems unchanged, if not stagnant. It's easy to feel like nothing is moving. Yet in the spiritual world, things are coming together. Chains are cracking. Conversations concerning you are being held in hidden locations. Angels are being deployed. The assistance that is coming is not on its way. It has already left for its destination. The delay was not a rejection. It was about timing. And when heavenly timing and obedience combine, miracles happen unexpectedly. However, here's where you come in. Stay loyal. Keep doing what God has commanded you to do, even if it seems futile. Keep showing up. Continue serving. Continue praying. Continue to trust. Because aid does not always seem to be helpful until it exposes its purpose. What you're doing right now will keep you ready. So, when the time comes, don't botch the blessing. Don't let your present quiet deceive you. Don't allow the lack of development lead you to assume the promise is empty. Heaven does not always make an announcement about its relocation. It performs it. Those who remain loyal are in a position to receive it. You're not waiting for aid. Help is waiting for the green signal from above. And when it arrives, it will be rapid, undeniable, and customized particularly to your project. So maintain your soul in anticipation. Keep your head calm and your heart aligned, because everything you believed was on pause is about to change. God isn't simply going to bless you. He is about to startle you. Chapter 5. Their strength is intended to support your objective. The chosen one. Hear it plainly. The person God sends into your life does not intend to dominate, manipulate, or control you. They're not here to alter who you are or bend your identity to match their expectations. God chose them specifically to fulfill your purpose rather than stifle your voice. They're not come to take you away from your calling. They're going to drive you farther into it. This person has been carefully put in places that you have not yet occupied. They've passed through doors you've only prayed about. They sit at tables where choices are made, policies are established, and destiny is often molded by influence. But make no mistake, their promotion was not just for them. God placed them high so they might reach down and take you up. Their voice is weighed in settings where your name has not yet been uttered. But God is going to alter that, because when He assigns someone to your life, He doesn't just provide them access. He instills in them a holy eagerness to work on your behalf. They will be moved in their soul to advocate for you without realizing why. They'll feel compelled to open doors for you, even if it doesn't immediately benefit them. Because this isn't about them. It's about the task they've been asked to carry out via you. What's lovely is this. They will do it with enthusiasm, not pity, not out of pride, not because they want to be appreciated. They'll do it because they sense a divine mission burning inside their spirit. You're not a side project. You're not a charity case for them. You have a mission. They appreciate the opportunity to support their impact. We'll provide a platform for you to create your own. Their assets will become instruments in your hands. And these connections will begin to seem like heavenly bridges that transport you to where you were always intended to be. God is really deliberate. He does not put powerful individuals into your life to overshadow you. He sends them to magnify you. Their strength is designed to lift, not crush. Their access is intended to unlock, not constrain. They're the kind of people who recognize that genuine power is not based on position. It's all about service. When you meet someone like them, you'll know they're from God because they'll guard your name in rooms you've never been. They will talk well of you while you're not around. They will defend your worth when others dispute it, and they will invest in your future as if it were part of their own destiny. This is a heavenly connection based on goal congruence rather than neediness. You bring the oil, they provide the elevation, and you deliver the word. They carry a microphone. You provide genuineness. They bring the platform, and collectively, they generate a movement that alters atmospheres. So don't shrink when they arrive. Do not second-guess your value. You don't need to earn their assistance. You just have to walk in who you have been selected, called, and qualified for by heaven, since God is not sending them because you are weak. He is sending them because you are prepared, and they are powerful. It is not a danger to your mission. It is a vehicle for transporting it farther. Chapter 6. You still need to step through the door. The chosen one. Pay careful attention. Far can get you all the way to the barrier, but it will never compel you to go through. That is your role. God has the ability to align all of the pieces. He can send the appropriate person. He can plan the moment, discussion, and stage. But you still have to go through the door when that supernatural assistance appears, which they will. It may not appear precisely as you expect. The opportunity may arrive with humility, pain, or even dread. However, your planning is crucial in this situation. This explains why the waiting season exists. This is why you were tested throughout the trials. Isolation prepared you, and stillness formed you, not to shatter you, but to prepare you for this very time. You prayed for it. You sobbed over this. It would have been easy to resign, but you remained obedient. So, when the opportunity arises, do not hesitate. Do not let the adversary speak falsehoods of unworthiness into your spirit. Don't let your head persuade you out of what your soul knows is rightfully yours. You have been loyal in the dark. Now is the moment to go bravely into the light. The door will not always be fully open. Sometimes it will be somewhat cracked, and you need to press lightly, not with arrogance, but with assurance. Sometimes the door swings wide, but fear will attempt to persuade you that you aren't ready. That is when you remind yourself that God does not open doors you aren't ready to step through. If it's in front of you, it's intended for you. And don't wait for that ideal sensation. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is ultimately up to you to make the choice to relocate. Even if your hands shake, even if your voice is shaky, even if your knees feel weak. Walk anyhow. Step anyway. Answer the phone anyhow. Because grace awaits you on the other side of obedience. You will be tempted to overthink. You will question whether you belong in that room. You'll wonder whether they'll accept you, understand you, or respect what you provide. However, you are not sent to impress them. You are sent to have an influence on them. Your mission is not to fit in. It is to deliver something new, fresh, and gloriously disrupting. And that is precisely why God picked you. So, when the chance arises, whether it's via a discussion, an offer, a stage, a collaboration, or a platform, do not hesitate. Be bold. Be prepared. Be yourself. Fire formed you into this version of yourself. The version of yourself that has insight gained from adversity. The version of you that heaven regards as royalty on assignment. God has already gone before you. He has already cleared the road. The door is no longer locked. It is waiting, and heaven is waiting to see what you will do next. Will you question yourself again? Will you freeze with fear? Will you finally rise, not only in spirit, but in action? This is your moment. This is your shift. You have survived the wilderness. It is now time to occupy the promise. But the promised land does not come to you. You must step into it. So, lace up your faith. Root your trust on the truth. And then the holy door appears. Do not simply stand there. Walk through it as if it were always yours. Because that is chapter 7. This is larger than you, the chosen one. Your breakthrough is never just about you. Yes, your triumph will be delicious. Your excitement is apparent. And your hopes were accomplished. However, the underlying force of what is happening much beyond personal triumph. This moment, this holy elevation, is about the impact your life will have on others around you. God did not bring you this far merely to bless your own path. He is organizing your tale to serve as a light of hope for others who are still mired in darkness. Your breakthrough is a key that will allow others to experience freedom. Every tear you cried, every struggle you waged, and every time you felt invisible, it was a prelude to a far larger mission. When that strong person comes, the one God has chosen for your breakthrough, their presence does more than just open doors for you. They are part of a divine plan to expand your influence into areas you never expected. This cooperation is about more than just opportunities. It's all about service. It is about stewarding the favor you have received so that it might multiply and reward future generations. You have been raised to help others. Your accomplishment will serve as the foundation for lifting individuals who previously felt they would never be noticed. Your story will serve as an inspiration to others, sparking faith in their hearts. Your ascension is a live proclamation that, no matter how deep the valley, the hope of restoration and destiny still exists. This calling transcends any title, praise, or acknowledgement. It is about spiritual meaning. It's about carrying out the mission God gave you to be a light, a leader, and a liberator. It's about using the power, position, and influence of the person assigned to your breakthrough to leave a legacy that will outlive your lifetime. So, when you find yourself on the verge of change, preparing to enter a new season, keep this fact with you. Your breakthrough is a divine invitation to not only receive, but also to inspire, empower, and transform the lives of people who had given up hope. Remember that the occasion is larger than your name, larger beyond your comfort zone, larger than your anxieties. It's about becoming a force for change in your family, community, and beyond. Your life is a message, and your breakthrough is the realization of a promise that others sorely need to witness. This is not simply your win. It is a movement, a call to action to become the change that God has prepared you to bring. So accept the responsibilities. Walk courageously in your goal, and let the world see how God's power pours through you to change the lives of countless others. Because, chosen one, your tale is greater than you, and the breakthrough is just the beginning. Dear viewers, your support through Super Chat and membership is the only source of income that keeps this channel running. If you want me to continue uploading valuable content without delays and to stay motivated in providing you with the best wisdom, I need your help. Every contribution, big or small, makes a huge difference. Feel free to donate and support Pure Wisdom so we can keep growing together. Your generosity keeps this journey alive. If you're enjoying the content on Pure Wisdom and find value in the messages we share, I encourage you to subscribe. Based on the latest analytics, 93.9% of viewers are watching without subscribing. By subscribing, you not only stay updated with new content, but also support the channel's growth, allowing us to continue spreading wisdom for the chosen ones. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an important message. Let's build this community together.